Good evening, Garden City. I'd like to call to order our regular scheduled council meeting for Monday, December 9th, 2019. Our first order of business is our opening ceremony, which consists of the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for those service members that have given their lives while defending our country. Would everybody please stand?
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Miller, can you take the roll, please?
Mayor Walker.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Kerwin.
Here.
Councilmember Squires.
Here.
Councilmember DeMichael.
Here.
Councilmember Earl.
Here.
Councilmember Jacobs.
Here.
Councilmember Lynch.
Here.
Okay, moving on to item 4, approval of the agenda as presented.
Mayor,
Councilmember Lynch.
I move for the approval of the agenda for Monday, December 9th, 2019, as presented. Support.
Support from Councilmember Squires. Any comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 7-0. Okay, at this time, we're going to swear in a new police officer. I'm going to call up Jacob Weiss, and Mr. Miller, you want to do the honor? And Chief, you want to say a few words first?
Thank you, Mayor Council. Today we'll be swearing in Jacob Weiss as our newest police officer, filling a current vacancy. Jacob is from Livonia, attended Livonia Churchill High School, got his associate's degree and graduated Police Academy at Schoolcraft College, and was recently with Livonia Police Department. His father, there's a legacy in the family. Jacob, his father, Jeff, worked for Livonia PD and retired, and is still currently involved in law enforcement. So he's got a good history in the family, and we're very excited to have him here today. And his girlfriend, Maddie, will be pinning his badge on at the conclusion of the swearing-in.
We'll be by the microphone, okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
I, Jacob Weiss,
I, Jacob Weiss,
being duly appointed
being duly appointed
as a fully empowered police officer,
as a fully empowered police officer,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Michigan,
the Constitution, laws, in the state of Michigan,
the laws and ordinances of the city of Garden City,
the laws and ordinances of the city of Garden City,
and will uphold and abide
and will uphold and abide
by the rules and regulations,
by the rules and regulations,
as well as all other orders,
as well as all other orders,
be they general,
be they general,
special, or otherwise,
special, or otherwise,
of the Garden City Police Department
of the Garden City Police Department
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
that I will not at any time lend
that I will not at any time lend
aid, advise, or succor
aid, advise, or succor
to any organization known
to any organization known
or suspected of having
or suspected of having
subversive tendencies,
subversive tendencies,
nor will I
nor will I
in any way
in any way
affiliate myself
affiliate myself
with such organizations.
with such organizations.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Very good. Welcome. Thank you. All right. Picture. Here, we'll sign here, Jacob. Sign there. This- We'll do the other one after on the way out. Yeah, okay. Very good.
We'll do a photo op here in the center with council and then with your family. At this time, I'm going to call up Will Pistor to the podium. Wait till they clear out a little bit. Mr. Will Pistor served on the Planning Commission for several years, and we wanted to recognize him tonight. This is in recognition of appreciation for Wilby R. Pistor for your distinguished career and many years of service and dedication as a volunteer to the city of Garden City on the Planning Commission from 1999 to 2019. The City Council of Garden City, Michigan thanks you for your enthusiasm, commitment, hard work in serving the citizens of the city as a Garden City Planning Commissioner for 20 years, including serving as chairman. Your contributions have been an important part of the development of our community as a whole. Thank you for your dedication to the city of Garden City.
Very nice.
Did you want to say a few words?
Oh,
His wife Linda, you can come up.
well, excuse me. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I met a lot of wonderful people, and it was a good experience. And for that, I'm thankful, and for her being so patient.
When I first became a commissioner, we met twice a month, plus I would attend the council meetings. I was gone quite a bit. But in the meantime, thank you. That's a nice flag, yeah.
Okay, at this time, we're going to move on to comments from state and county officials. I'm going to call up Mr. Peterson from Joelle Jones's office.
Okay, have Steve stand with me. He's good enough to stop by, at least I can have him stand up here with me. Welcome to the council. Thank you. We look forward to working with you. Just one item I'd like to discuss. You know, we came back in session last week after a month's recess for deer hunting, among other things. And fortunately, we got something accomplished. We restored many of the items that were vetoed by the governor. Actually, there were 27. Councilwoman Lynch, public school academies,
I saw that.
that money has been restored. I won't go into detail, but there have been modest increases across the board. Most of the supplementals that were restored have to do with public safety and health. But for your information, I brought along the detail. I'm gonna give it to Clerk Miller so that if you'd like, you can look at it. With a caveat, it still has to be signed by the governor. They're still negotiating. They still haven't completed the budget process, but we're hopeful that we can get as much of it done as necessary this week, and if not this week, next week. And knowing these legislators, I've worked with them for a while now. Christmas is around the corner, so they'll probably get it done. With that, that's all I had. Any questions? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Matt, I'm going to give you,
Okay. I'm going to call up our county commissioner, Glenn Anderson.
this is the summary of the report.
Good evening, council and mayor and citizens. I'll make it very brief tonight. There was one thing that happened last week that I'm sure has been covered pretty widely in the media. The county commission, there were a majority of the commission members voted to sell two of the parcels of property, the two mills that had not been used, but I was one of the no votes, along with former representative here, or commissioner for Garden City, who now has a different territory, Commissioner Webb, and also Commissioner Tim Killeen. The three of us voted no in the sale of those properties. I believe our parkland is something that we should hold in the trust for the citizens. It should be there for them into the future. It should not be sold off for commercial ventures. Unfortunately, that's what happened in this circumstance. So it was a disappointing end of the week last week, but I know there was a huge turnout of citizens speaking in opposition. There was not as large of a number of those that were there in support of the sale. But it was the outcome was still disappointing, but it was, I guess, very enlightening to see how many citizens care about our parks in Wayne County. And it was a disappointing week, like I said, overall. That was a disappointing day, certainly an end to the week. But anyway, I wanted to come tonight and also to say Merry Christmas to everyone, and this will be probably my last meeting attending for this year, but I know you have work yet to do here, and want to congratulate the new members. Let's see, actually only just the one. But anyway, I was sitting back there and thinking, wow, the ladies are taking over this council, you know. But I know you all do. You've all done, those that have been here before have done a fantastic job, and Melissa, I know you will too. My daughter's a Melissa too, so I think you'll do a fine job, and I wish you all the best. And happy Merry Christmas, and we'll look forward to 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, moving on, we have no presentation, no community events, no petitions or communication, no public hearings. Item 11, the consent agenda.
Mayor,
Councilmember Lynch.
I move for the approval of the consent agenda, items 11A, 1 through 4.
Support from Councilmember Squires. Any comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 7-0. We'll move on to our action items. B1, Property Convenience Neighborhood Stabilization Program.
Mayor? Does somebody
Councilmember Squires?
I move to approve, wait a minute, a public hearing. Let's see. Yeah, to recommend that the city council approve the purchase agreement with Borg Builders and introduce the ordinance to call a public hearing for Monday, January 6th, 2020 at 7 p.m.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Kerwin. Any comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 7-0. Moving on to item 2, proposed zoning ordinance amendment, call for a public hearing for 1812 Middle Belt.
Mayor,
Councilmember Lynch.
I move to call for a public hearing on Monday, January 6, 2020, at 7 p.m. regarding proposed rezoning requests from O1 to C2 for the property at 1812 Middle Belt Road.
Support. Support from Councilmember Jacobs. I'll make a few comments here. We got to be getting close to getting rid of all of our office zones, right? Because we made a pledge to get rid of all those and change everything to C1, C2, C3. So this has got to be one of our last office.
Yes, we're
Okay.
slowly working through as
Okay.
potential property transfers.
Okay. Any other comments from the table?
Mayor, I just wanted to know what they were planning on utilizing the property for.
Mario will know.
Mario? From our building department?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. To my knowledge, I've been working with the applicant. They are going to be utilizing a portion of the space for a potential catering business office, and then the majority of the other space would be rented.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anybody else? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 3, special land use for 31335 Ford Road, Checkers. Mario, you want to come back up on this one?
Yes, the applicant, to let you know, is with us tonight. This special land use is in regards to what was formerly the Metro PCS, located at the southeast corner of Ford Road and Merriman. The site, interestingly enough, in the history, was utilized for a drive-through restaurant back. It was approved in the 77. Credit to the clerk staff for finding that it was approved. But with our current zoning ordinance, it does require special land use to be reviewed because it was not in place at the time. To the applicant's credit, they have worked with the Planning Commission. on site plan issues and submitted a revised site plan to address some outstanding issues regards to site circulation. Specifically with regards to the special land use, the site does lend itself to having it be a drive-through. It's located on Ford Road, our most heavily traveled intersection that's capable of handling the traffic, and the reuse of the site will be a benefit to the community due to the fact that it would be a limited amount of time in which the site was vacant. The proposal is to change it into a Checkers drive-through.
Okay? And Councilmember Lynch?
I move that the city council elects not to take the application for special land use for 31335 Ford Road under consideration. The recommended approval by the planning commission would then become final for the proposed restaurant with drive-through facility.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Kerwin. Yeah, they've already been approved by the planning commission, so if we take no action, it goes into effect and they're approved, so.
Correct.
Okay, any other comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes 7-0. Item 4, Special Assessment Sidewalk Program. Mario, don't go too far.
That would be Ryan, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Mario.
I was just checking to see.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is to establish the special assessment role for the 2018-19 sidewalk program, and basically to call for a public hearing, I believe on January 6, 2020 at the regular council meeting. But this would cover the areas that we've done in the past 2 years, basically the northern half of the city. And if you recall that we originally were looking at, in late 2018, we did what was called Area A. We changed the criteria. At that time, we were looking to establish the special assessment role for Area A a year ago, but because we added on what we called Area B due to the changing criteria, we decided to wait until the entire project was complete before we established the special assessment role.
Okay, so we'll have discussion on the night of January 6th. So I just need a motion to call for the public hearing tonight.
Mayor,
Councilmember Kerwin?
motion to approve the attached resolution receiving the special assessment role for the 2018 sidewalk program and call for a public hearing on Monday, January 6, 2020 at 7 p.m.
Support.
Support from Councilmember DeMichael. Any further discussion from the table, from the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion passes 7-0. I'm going to call up our fire chief, Chief Harmon, for item 5, the CPR Lucas device.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Tonight on the agenda, we are asking that the city purchase a Lucas device in addition to the service package. We're able to get in on a bid with another city, so we're getting the device at a reduced price, and we're also going to get the service package at a reduced price. The service package will do software updates. They'll come out, there's replacement batteries, they re-ping the battery, pings for the batteries for the charging mechanism. This is becoming more the industry standard. As you know, we did try to write a grant to get 3 of them because on most days when we can run 2 rescues, we do. Oftentimes the engine will end up getting there before the rescue. They can just change out the device not in use. But this will greatly help us, and it'll also serve our citizens as well.
And for the residents, that's the compression, does the compressions for CPR. That's what you're looking at, the device that was just up there. So.
Just so you know, he's not really holding it. Those are actually straps that keeps their hands up and in a controlled manner so that the device doesn't move and then his extremities don't fall over and potentially get injured. And that's not us. I tried to get one of us, but
Once the chief brought this to our attention, it's a quality item. That's normally to be somebody trying to do CPR, chest percussions all the way down the street, down inside the ambulance itself, rescue vehicle, and here the machine does it all. So they could focus on other things and keep a consistent push going rather than up and down depending on the traffic. So
Yeah,
this is a great item for the citizens.
Yeah.
Great device to have for our residents. Councilmember Jacobs.
I move to authorize the purchase of a CPR Lucas device for $15,658.72 in the ProCare Preventive Maintenance Package for $2,506.14, and authorize the city manager to execute all necessary documents related to this purchase.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Kerwin. The way I look at it, if it saves one life, it's worth the $15,000.
It also helps the firefighters and
Yep.
paramedics also. A lot
Yep.
of wear and tear saves on them.
Any further comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you.
Welcome. At this time, we're going to go to item 12, public comments for items that were not on the agenda. If you wish to speak, please come to the podium, state your name. There is a 3-minute time limit. It's your opportunity to make a comment or a statement. It is not the time to go back and forth with council members. Would anybody like to speak? Yes, sir. Mr. Molnar.
I see most of the policemen left, but I was going down Ford Road between Middlebelt and Merriman. Police was coming that way, going eastbound. Of course, got over. Everybody got over. But the poor policeman got at Merriman Road, trying to get through Merriman Road. He's sitting there with his lights flashing, his siren blasting. I counted at least 3 cars that cut right in front of him. I just think it's a shame that people just can't seem to respect nothing, especially with the policemen. As much as they go through, they have to put up with all these knucklehead drivers, and I'm probably one of them. I mean, the guy just had to sit there with 3 cars turned, going southbound, right in front of him, to go down Ford Road, and this guy was stuck there. I don't know who the police officer was, but that's just one of those things I've saw before, where people just kind of ignore them, you know. And like what almost got run over at my house one day, because this lady decided to go exactly where he told her not to go. And I just appreciate another reason to appreciate the police. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, city manager's report.
All right, Mayor and Council, we have a short month with the holidays, so this is one of the rare times we'll have back-to-back council meetings. So it'll be this Monday instead of 2 weeks from now. A week from now, we'll be back here with a new agenda. A few items to bring your attention. The auditors will be here to give a report. We'll also present a report on the roads that we're looking to work on in 2020, as well as the police chief and code enforcement will be doing a little presentation on where we are here at the end of the year as far as what's been done throughout the community. So next week's meeting will be a very informative meeting. So looking forward to that. And that's it for now.
Thank you. Councilmember Earl.
Nothing to.
Okay. Councilmember Squires.
Yeah, a couple things. First of all, thank you, Commissioner, for your efforts to try and keep the mills for Wayne County. I know how hard you tried, because I know how hard you work. Also, we had a great parade the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. I think they did. And as a fundraiser, next year will be our 60th. And as a fundraiser, we have these Santa Land Parade scarves that we had made. And they are on sale here at City Hall and also at Maplewood Center for $15 each. And they make great Christmas presents. So if you're looking for a Christmas present for someone, and you'll be supporting the parade too, stop by City Hall or Maplewood. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Jacobs.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Councilmember Kerwin.
Friday, December 20th at 6:30 p.m., the Straight Farmhouse is hosting Traditions of Christmas, an evening at the farmhouse. It's a free event. They said, come see a 9-foot rotating tree with over 600 ornaments, a 12-foot tree, and so much more. Enter a drawing while you're there to win prizes. Old-time Christmas refreshments will be served. Admission is free. And don't forget, they're open from noon to 3 on Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's it for me.
Thank you. Councilmember Lynch.
I just wanted to thank Danielle and the Senior Center for the wonderful senior Christmas party that they had last Friday. And I wanted to take the time to personally thank Wilby for all the time that he's spent serving the city of Garden City. He's been there as long as I have, and I know how hard you've worked. Thank you. And that's all I have.
Councilmember DeMichael.
This past Saturday, we had the Garden City High School Theater Program had their annual holiday craft and vendor show. It was a great success, and I just wanted to thank everyone coming out to support the theater program and our high school. And I also just want to piggyback off of Mr. Molnar. It's the holiday season, and a lot of people are out rushing around and shopping, so just be careful when you're on the roads. That's all I got.
Thank you. Mr. Miller?
I have nothing this evening. Thank you.
Okay, I want to say also to all the volunteers, Dan York, Councilmember Squires, the parade committee for a fantastic parade. I'm looking forward to next year, the 60th. We got to go big for the 60th, so that's going to be great. And we had a great tree lighting ceremony as well last Monday. I want to thank Merriman Road Baptist Church for everything they do every year. They come out and sing Christmas carols. It was just two great events, and I want to thank Will Pistor again for everything you've done for the city. Enjoy your free time now, and do everything on that honey-do list that's on your refrigerator. Get them all done. What's that? Oh, yeah, do not forget the Santa ride this Thursday night.
Yes.
Down Beechwood to Helen, to Marquette, to Farmington, Pardo, Hubbard, down Maplewood,
Up and around the high school.
up around the high school. Anyway,
Go to the website.
go to the website and see, but I got the map in my head, so, but bring the kids to the curb. But Santa's going to do a drive around the city, and it's our second annual, and it's a great event, and you don't want to miss it, and the kids love it. So that's all I have. No further business. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you. I had that map in my head.